Hi guys, welcome to How to Do It. Today we're going to learn about how to create a simple web page using HTML, hypertext markup language. So first of all, I'm going to set up my project folder here. So inside this, I'm going to create a folder. So I have created a folder now called test HTML. So the next step is to connect the folder to your text editor. In this case, I'm using Sublime Text Editor. You can also use any text editor according to your preference. So there are so many text editors out there in the market. There are open source text editors are there. Atom is there, and you have VS Code. You can use any of the text editor according to your preference. So now I will show you how to connect the project file to this Sublime Text. So I'm going to go to File, click Open, and I'm going to navigate to my folder now. And so this is the folder I have created. So I'm going to click on the folder and click Open. Now you can see my project folder is connected to the Sublime Text now. So I'm going to start coding now. I'm going to define the HTML tag. So you always have to make sure that you code in simple letters, so that will be easy to understand. So in every tag in HTML has an opening tag and a close tag, but in some cases there are some tags that you don't need to close that tag. So now I have defined the HTML opening tag and the close tag here. So let's type some sentence there. Now you need to save this file, so to run this in the browser. So now you go to File and click Save. So I'm going to find my folder here, HTML and test HTML. So this is the folder that we have created, and the file format needs to be .html. So I'm going to save this as index.html. So you have to make sure that the file format needs to be .html, because when the file format is HTML, the browser will understand this as a web page and will run the file. So I'm going to save this now. Once you save these tags, you can see these tag colors have been changed. Now this text editor will understand this as an HTML file, and it will show the tags in different colors. So you can see the file is created inside the folder. So I'm going to find my folder in the desktop now. So you can see this is the file that I have created. So I'm going to open that in the browser. So you can see now the first paragraph I have added is appearing now in the web page. So I'm going to keep this open. I'm not going to close the browser now. I'm going to keep this open, and I'm going to switch back to the text editor using Command Tab in Mac, and you can switch back to the text editor. You can change the windows using Alt Tab in Windows. So now I have switched back to the text editor. So now I'm going to add one more line here. So now I have added two lines. I'm going to save it. You can always save using shortcut key in your keyboard, Control S. I'm going to save, and I'm going to switch back to the browser. I'm going to refresh. So when you refresh, you can use the shortcut key as Control R. You can see in the text editor, I have added this in a different line. I'm also giving one more line space. So I will save this, and if I refresh in the browser, you can see that this is still in the same line. So have to understand that when you are working with HTML, so you have to define every tag. If you have spaces in the text editor, when browser running this code, it will omit the empty spaces in the text editor. Okay, now I need to add some breaks. I need to add so in the text browser, if you see, I need to add some spaces. I need to take this second line sentence to the next line. So I'm going to add some break tag here. So this br tag in the HTML defines the break tag. So I have saved this. So I'm going to refresh this. So you can see the sentence has been taken to the second line. Okay, I'm going to add one more br tag here. You can see now this has been formatted properly, so now this has two break line space. So now, even though you have the break tags, so now I'm going to format this properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the break tags here, and I'm going to save this again and I'll refresh. So now this is added to the same line as previously, and I'm going to define a paragraph tag in the HTML now. So when you define paragraph tag, so you have to define using the p tag, and this is the opening tag of this, and I'm going to put the close tag here. So in the Sublime text editor, normally when you are closing the tags, when you put start angle bracket, and then when you type forward slash, it will automatically close that tag. So now you can see I have added the paragraph tag here. This line of text has been added to the paragraph tag. So I'm going to add the second paragraph tag as well. So these two lines now added to the paragraph. So now I'm going to save this now, and I'm going to refresh the browser. You can see the difference now. So now you see, so this is same as that we have added the break tag, but now this time it's not the break tag, that we have taken and formatted this properly using the paragraph tag. Now I'm going to add the third line as well. I'm going to add one more paragraph tag in this. Now I have added this line. If I refresh the browser, so you can see the third line of the third line text has a text of bold, italic, underline, but it's not showing the text as bold, italic, and underline. So you have to add some HTML tags to define the text as bold, italic, and underline. So I'm going to add the bold tag here. So to add that, you have to define b tag opening, and I have to close the b tag, and for this I'm going to add I, and for here I'm going to close the I tag. Now it will automatically close, and here I'm going to add the underline tag, and I have closed this now. So now if I save this and if I refresh the browser, so you all can see, I'm going to zoom it up a little bit for you to clearly see that. So if I zoom the browser, now you all can see the text clearly. So this text is now bold, and this italic and underline has got applied from the tags that we have defined in the text editor. So now I'll show you how to add the headings to this document now. So in HTML, normally we have 6 types of heading we can define using 6 different tags in HTML. So I'm going to add the first one is H1. H1 is the heading one. So I'm going to add one sentence here. So I'm going to save this. So let's refresh. So you can see I'm taking this to the, I'll zoom out this. Okay, so this is the size that this is the size of the heading one in HTML. So you can also define all the other sizes of the heading as head h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. So now you can see I have added all 6 heading here. So I'm going to refresh. So you can see all 6 headings have got added with different sizes. So I'm going to reset to the default size. So this is the original size in the browser. So you can see the heading 1, the heading 2, the heading 3 in the sizes. Even though you have the HTML tags defined properly in the file, so we need to define the declaration tag in the document, so to declare this document as an HTML document to the browser. So I'm going to add, so in the first line, so when you are adding the declaration tag, we have to make sure that line of code needs to be added in the very first line of your HTML file. So I'm going to add that line now. So exclamation mark, and have to say type HTML and close it. So I'm going to save this now and refresh the browser. So there's no difference, but it's still, this document is now properly declared as a HTML document by using this line to the browser. If you see the title of this file, it is now as index.html. Here now we are going to replace this by adding a proper title to our document. I'm going to add head tags to add our title. So head starting tag, opening tag, and have to close the head tag properly. And you can add all the related links and everything inside the head tag, but for now I'm going to define only the title of the document. So I'm adding the title and I'll close this. So I'm going to say my first web page. And after the title, so after the head tag, rest of the codes in your document needs to be defined, needs to be added inside the body tag of the file. So I'm going to define the body tag as well. So the body tag needs to be closed before the HTML closing tag. So I'm going to close the body tag now. Now you can see my title is inside the head tag and rest of the codes in the document is inside the body tag. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to refresh the browser now. You can see now the file name is showing here. When I refresh, now you can see my first web page, the title is properly appearing in the web page. Now we'll be seeing about hyperlinks in HTML. So to start with, I'm going to change this text. So now when you refresh the file in the browser, so you can see the text, but I can't click anything. So from here, so you have to add the link here to click and navigate to the particular site. So I'm going to take off this text and I'm going to define a tag from here. So I'm going to close the tag now. I'm going to save this. So now when you refresh, now you can see this Google now is a link, but when you click, I haven't linked this to any site yet. So I'm going to copy this URL and in the text editor I'm going to put it here. So save this, and when you go to the file and you can see the google.com, when you click, it goes to the site now. So this is the link, it's opening in the same tab. You can also make this open in a new tab using another attribute here. So I'm going to add target. You have to say blank. So now I'm refreshing this. When you click this, you can see it gets opened in the new tab now. So this is the way that you can link the external links to your website. At the same time, now I'm going to show you how you can link the internal pages. So now this is a one web page, so you can also link another page in the same site. So I'm going to save this as a next second page now. I'm going to save the same page as with a different name now. So I'm going to define second page.html. So now when you save this, now you can see this file has got changed to second page.html. So I'm going to close this. So you can see there are two files in your folder now. So I'm going to open both the files and I'm going to edit this second page HTML codes. Now I will show you how you can link this page to the next page. So now I'm going to link this second page to this one. So when you go to your folder, so you can see this second page in the same format. So I'm going to copy the file name from there and add it here, and I'm going to go to the browser now and refresh the first page. So now you can see it says click here to navigate to the second page. So when you click on this, now I'm in the second page. So now you must be able to go back to the previous page from the second page. So I'm going to do the same thing in the second page. So from the third sentence, navigate back to the previous page. I'm going to add one more link here. So I'm going to say index.html. So I'm going to cut this and put it back here. So now in the same page, you can click on this previous page to go back to this. So this is how you can use the hyperlinks in HTML to connect files and also to connect external links to your HTML file. Now I will show you how to add an image to your HTML file. So I have the image tag in HTML. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to copy the name and I'm going to put it here. So now when you refresh, when you go and refresh in the browser, you can see that image will be loaded. You have to make sure that when you add the image, you have to make sure that you have to add the file format of the image as well. So here I have added JPG. So I'm going to refresh in the browser. So you can see now the image is added to the browser, but it is very big. It's a very huge image. So we need to adjust the size of this image using HTML now. So I'm going to go back to the coding. So I'm going to add some attributes to adjust the image size. I'm going to add the width attribute. When you add the width attributes to the image, it will automatically adjust the height as well. I'm going to put it 400. And you can see the image ratio has got adjusted properly. So you can also define the height attribute as well, but in this case it's not needed because as per the width that you give here, it will automatically adjust the size. So now I'm going to center the image. If you want to center the image in HTML, you don't have any proper attributes to center the image. You have an HTML tag called center, so you can center the image using that tag. So I have to close that. Okay, now you can see that only the image has got centered because I have added the center tag only to the image. So I'm going to add this to the whole body tag here. So the contents inside the body tag. So I'm going to take this and add it over here. So now all the contents in the document should be centered in the browser. When you style the page, you can use cascading style sheets, CSS, that will be showing you in our upcoming videos. So now I'm going to show you how you can properly place the image inside the folder. Now the image is just in your main folder. So I'm going to create another folder here called images, and I'm going to move this image inside this. So I haven't made any code level changes, so I'm going to refresh this in the browser now. So the image is gone. So in this kind of situation, so HTML gives you a way when the image is not loaded, so you can still show what this image is using the alter attribute in HTML. So I'm going to define the alter attribute in the HTML for the image now. So I have added some text into it. So when you refresh, so it will show the name, it will show what this image is about. So the reason that the image is not loading in the document is I haven't defined the image path properly. You can see the image is inside the images folder, so I have to make sure that I give the folder name here as well. So I have given the folder name and then the image name is same. So now I have saved this, and when you refresh, the image will be loaded to the document properly. Now we have created a simple web page using HTML. Please like this video and comment down below if this video was useful for you. Please subscribe and turn on the notification to learn more interesting stuff on how to do it. Thank you.